unmute button. Welcome everybody to our SiteConnect Toolbox Talk webinar. I'm your host. For those that don't know me, I'm Jack, Director of Sales and Everything Growth at SiteConnect. This webinar is, we've really built it for our customers, everyone here on the call. We've obviously brought out this new feature, Toolbox Talk templates, and we wanted to just spend 20 minutes walking you through the new feature. And obviously, hopefully, you'll learn something from today. Many of our clients have been requesting this feature over the last few years, and we finally got round to developing it. So super excited to show you through it. I've just got 2 slides to kick off with, so let's jump straight into that now. So what are Toolbox Talk templates? As you all know, we've had Toolbox Talks for many, many years. What's been missing is a way for our clients and admins to actually create topic templates. So we now have that functionality within the templates section in the web portal, and obviously Toolbox Talk topic templates can be pulled and submitted through the mobile app. One of the challenges our clients were talking to us about was that the previous text box within the Toolbox Talk templates was really just a free text field, and there was no standardization. And what a lot of our clients were doing were they were actually creating their Toolbox Talks within the digital form builder. So we hope with this new functionality within Toolbox Talk templates that you can actually use the Toolbox Talk template feature rather than digital forms for your Toolbox Talks. So before Toolbox Talk templates, some of the challenges would be inconsistent Toolbox Talks across sites, admins manually creating topics. So what would happen is that there's no standardization. So you'd have lots of site managers talking about different topics on different sites. So with Toolbox Talk templates, you can standardize those. You can also obviously create a bit of a schedule of what you'd like to cover and when, as well as saving time on trying to work out what to talk about. So now that there are Toolbox Talks in the software, we've got that standardization. You can set it up once in the web portal, and your project managers, health and safety managers, or even site supervisors can use it forever. There's a clear structure, as well as being able to actually articulate the correct and right questions when running a safety meeting. So let's actually get into what this new feature looks like. I'm going to start on the mobile app and demonstrate the Toolbox Talk workflow, and then we'll end up on the web portal where I can then show you how to build your templates. So as you all know, this is the SiteConnect mobile app. You'll see that when you start using the Toolbox Talk feature, one of the exclamation marks will appear, and it will be called unsigned Toolbox Talks. What that actually means is that for any worker who has been assigned a Toolbox Talk or who has attended a Toolbox Talk meeting as an attendee, if they have not yet signed on to that toolbox, it will appear in their list here. So this is user-focused individual tasks for the worker to sign on and read and acknowledge those Toolbox Talks. If I'm a supervisor and I'm running a Toolbox Talk meeting, I need to go down to my orange plus button, which is in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and navigate down to Create Toolbox Talk. You'll need to select a site, and obviously this means you can do site-specific reporting. So I'm going to click 19 Como Street here. You'll also need to select assignees. So by selecting assignees is essentially selecting attendees. So I'm going to assign myself to this Toolbox Talk. Remember, the people that are signed onto site will appear at the top of the list. I'm also going to assign this to a few other people, Michelle, Jay, and Daryl. You can also use talk to text. This has always been a feature, but I did want to highlight this for maybe some of our new clients that are on the call today. You can use talk to text. So for the title section, we discussed PPE on site. So you can see how we can just talk into the phone there. And then we have the agenda box. So as you know, this has always been here, and you can obviously have styling options. But what's new now is that down below, we now have the add template, and we also have an add snippet. More on that very soon. So by clicking add template, and that will open up the library of pre-made Toolbox Talk templates. So I'm going to click PPE, which is one of the ones I've created in the SiteConnect demo account, and then click select. So you'll see that that once was a white agenda box with no content filled. It now has the pre-filled template information. And obviously this is editable. So we can come along here, change that content as required. What we can also do is use bold to highlight maybe the question, and then you could use regular body font to highlight what you've added. So we could sort of maybe use italic here, and you could add to that content using that information. So this gives a really easy way to walk through those questions, walk through what you want them to discuss, and we can get to the bottom. Now, the other element that we've created is a function called snippets. So snippets allows you to insert a section of a Toolbox talk, or maybe a set of questions or one question. So if I click on add snippets here, you'll see it opens up my snippet library. So again, very flexible, very customizable. So an example of a snippet might be something like weather conditions, which may be applicable for multiple Toolbox Talk topics. So maybe working at heights, or even maybe working at confined spaces. The weather conditions might vary. So we can add a snippet weather conditions. And you'll now see that weather conditions have added to the bottom of here. So if I was actually submitting this Toolbox Talk form, I could then come along here, add italic and say, the weather forecast today in Auckland was very sunny, but a little bit cold. And again, just highlighting how you can separate the questions using a simple bit of italic like this, which will, once exported, be really clear what the question was and what the answer was. Okay, so moving on, we can attach files and photos. So actually talking about that sunny day in Auckland, we're on the 11th floor here in Takapuna, so I get a fantastic view of Rangitoto volcano out there in the bay. I'll attach that as evidence to my Toolbox Talk safety meeting. We can also add contacts team. So let's say maybe a client or a contractor wants to see a copy of my Toolbox meeting. I can actually put their name in here and the email address, and that will send them a PDF copy of what was discussed. And very importantly, I've got my feedback loop, so I can add tasks and corrective actions and link those through to key people. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. So you'll remember at the beginning of the Toolbox Talk workflow, I added 4 attendees to that meeting. One of them was myself. So you'll see that this will now change to 15 unsigned Toolbox Talks. So when I click into the exclamation mark on the front screen, you'll see that right at the very top was the topic, or the most recent topic that was discussed. Now, I've been not a very compliant worker, because as you can see, I've just been ignoring all of these Toolbox Talks through a number of demos that I've been doing recently. But you can see here that this is very then manageable. So you can see who is and who isn't signing on to those topic meetings. So if we click into the topic that I've just run with the team, we can then very clearly visibly see the topic. So let's pretend I ran a Toolbox Talk meeting, and all of the attendees have got their phones opened. They can read through what was discussed on their own device, and we can even see the snippet. And of course, you've got the digital signature box. So this will be unique for each user. So this is for me. So I'm signing here, and I will use signature. You'll see we've also got the ability to attach a selfie as well. It's an alternative method to prove that you were there. But we also understand that not everyone is going to have a mobile phone, and not everyone is potentially even going to be there right then, but also do need to acknowledge that Toolbox Talk meeting. So what you can do in this scenario is you can pass your phone. So let's say Michelle is stood in my huddle, in my Toolbox Talk safety meeting huddle. I could then actually pass my device over to Michelle, who then Michelle can then sign on to say that she has read and understood that Toolbox meeting. And that concludes the topic, the Toolbox Talk template topic workflow on the mobile app. What I might do is open it up for questions. Let me see if I can do that. Let's just work out actually how to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. What we'll do actually is, oh, yep, Sharon, you've raised a hand. Let's see if I can. Here we go. Okay, Sharon, I've just taken you off mute, so you're able to talk. You should be able to take yourself off mute, and there you go.
Can you hear me now?
I can indeed. Yep.
Okay, great. Just with that last comment you were mentioning about you could pass your phone to Michelle and she could sign off. What happens if you're having a toolbox talk, but one person's at the other end of the site and you won't want them to sign off? You're not going to hand them your phone. So is this workflow in such a way where they get a notification to say that they need to sign off on a toolbox talk?
Yeah, great question, and thank you. So basically, that's exactly how this works. So it works in two ways. So you'll notice that when I assign myself that Toolbox Talk and click submit, there was a notification that popped up at the top of my screen. Now, if I wasn't in the app, it would vibrate and it would come up as a notification to say I attended a Toolbox Talk. So in your scenario, Sharon, if they were at the end of the site, they would get a notification. They would be able to log into the app, and in the home screen, there would be an exclamation mark here suggesting that they need to read and sign on to that Toolbox Talk meeting. So it's user specific.
Okay. So from the supervisor's point of view, once that person has signed the Toolbox Talk, who's on the other end of the site, what does the supervisor see?
So the supervisor will see a list, and you'll see that. So if I log into the Toolbox Talk, we'll say that I'll click into this one, I can scroll down here, and I can actually see who has and who hasn't signed on to that Toolbox meeting. So I can see in this scenario, both Jack and Teresa have not signed on to that Toolbox, so they can see that. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to move over to the web portal, and Sharon, this sort of ties in as well to your question, and that is, what does it look like when exported to into a register? So you'll see that over in the SiteConnect admin portal, over on the left hand side, you've got your reports. And as you already all know, you've got your currently on site, your time spent on site, inspections and audits, but you've also got your Toolbox Talk reports. So it's from this register that we can see a master file of all of the Toolbox Talks being taken across all of your sites. So you can quickly log in here. There is also some nice dashboard and reporting capabilities that can be added as well. If you're not using those in your account, do have a play around with the widgets, and you can get some really good reporting out of these as well. We'll probably cover dashboards and reporting in another webinar session, but just thought I'd mention that here. So if we take this Toolbox Talk that I've just run with the team discussing PPE, you'll see that we've got the ability to view that in the web portal. So I can see that overview here. And if I scroll down to the bottom, I can actually see who has signed, who is left to sign, and I can also see my signature. We've also got the ability to export this to PDF. And to give you an example of what that would actually look like, it would export into a nice professional looking PDF here that actually can also be attached as a part of a triple SP site specific safety plan. The client's logo would appear, or your logo would appear here at the top of the screen. It would say the topic of the toolbox, who created it, and also the address of the site that it's related to. You'll see that this is obviously being pulled from the template and any other additional information that was added during the Toolbox Talk report. Each snippet is also added here, such as equipment checks, weather conditions, any corrective actions that flew out of this. So you can see here that coming out of this particular Toolbox Talk example, an action that came out of that discussion was checking PPE. And you'll see here that actually at the time that I exported this report, it wasn't completed. So you can actually see the feedback loop of this as well. We've also got the attendees section. So you can get all, or you can collect all of the signatures and selfies, a little bit of fun there, all on one page. So you can quickly see who is signed on to that Toolbox Talk. So how do you build these? So to start, you need to navigate over to the left-hand side menu under templates. And now for those that are familiar with the SiteConnect web portal, you'll know that this is where all of your company registers live. So your company hazard and risk register, your company hazardous substance register, your company swims and task analysis. And now, of course, your Toolbox Talk templates live here as well. In the register, you've got the ability to filter by type, whether that's template or snippet. And you've also got the ability to filter by the employee and date range of when it was created. So we're going to come along and we're going to create a new template. So we simply do that by clicking the big button that's new. And this gives us the option to create either a new template or a new snippet. If you have any questions on this, I'll open up the floor after this very soon. So do keep your questions front of mind very shortly. All right, so create new template, and this is where we can then give it a name. So I'm going to call this one, and I've actually got a Toolbox Talk template example over here on the right hand side out of Word, just for easy copying and pasting. And I'm going to copy and paste this in here. Remember, you can add images into here. If you have any questions about adding images, do get in touch with us at support@siteconnect.io. I would be happy to help you with that. You simply just need to add the image to the document section, copy the URL, and that will enable you to add images into forms and Toolbox Talks. So you'll see here, I'm obviously always review your templates, make sure you're happy with what you're putting out. We can also build a template from adding snippets as well. So if I wanted to add a snippet to this, maybe I want to add weather conditions as a question. You'll see that now weather conditions have also been added to the bottom of my template. So if you wanted to, you could build all of your snippets first to make building your topics or templates a little bit quicker. And save and close. So you'll see that now I have created a template, communication emergency procedures. So now when I go onto the mobile app, let's go there now. And navigate down to the orange plus and go to create Toolbox Talk and scroll down to add template. We'll hang on. We will now see the communication and emergency procedures template. Pull that, and we have our topic all here ready to go. At least this gives some structure, create some standardization, and hopefully save some time for the team. Lovely. All right, everyone. Would love to hand back to all of you on the call for your questions, observations, and anything in between. Um, yeah, obviously you're all on mute, so just if you've got any questions, if you can put it into the chat, and I'll do my best to answer.
Jack, I think Mika's got her hand raised.
Uh, Hi there, Mika. Mika. Hang on, just trying to. Awesome. Michael, I've just put. You're allowed to. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Can't hear you actually, but it might be something I've done wrong. I'm still learning Zoom, as you can all tell. Uh,
Jack, well, just while you're trying to get Mika online, Sharon's asked a question: can these sample templates be copied into existing accounts?
Yes, they absolutely can, Sharon. So one of the things we'd love to do actually off the back of this call is share some standard templates that we've got already built. We're building a handful. So what we can do is share a CSV file with you. I believe I'm still sharing. So let me just go into the SiteConnect web portal. You'll see there's the big import button here. So when we share that CSV file with you with all of these snippets and templates, you can just come along, select and upload the CSV file, and you'll see when you do that, you just need to link the columns in the spreadsheet to the columns available in the sheet, and that will allow you to upload all of the templates that we help and provide. Just please do review those templates to ensure that they're applicable and make sense to you.
Next question, Jack, from Mika is: has the voice to text function been improved? Currently, it times out quickly.
Yeah, look, my understanding with the talk to text is that it is a function that is reliant on the technology available in the phone. It's not actually a SiteConnect application feature or function. It's just integrated into it. So the annotation functionality within the Toolbox Talks will be the same quality as what's available from Apple or Android device. And unfortunately, I don't believe we can improve that. And that will be something that Apple and Android will need to continue to evolve.
Jack, another question from Nicole. She's just asking, can these sample templates be copied in? Oh, sorry, that was Sharon. Nicole's question is, are the templates there for us all, or do we need to build out our own?
Yes, so what we will do off the back of this call is share a CSV library of templates. And then all you'll need to do is format those templates, because unfortunately when you upload a CSV, all of the text is jumbled together, but you'll be able to just quickly go through, review. It'll be good as well because it allows you to open up those templates, review to make sure that, working at heights or PPE or emergency protocols all make sense to your organization and your industry, and just format those. But yeah, absolutely, you've got the option to do both. We'll provide templates very soon via CSV, via email, but you can also come in here and build your own and have the flexibility to do that.
Next question is from Grant. He asks, all apps use a signature, so it's not a loan to you. Is there a way it could load a saved signature, as even I can't recognize my own signature when done with my finger?
That's a very good point, and agreed. And actually, it was something that we were talking about when designing the signature feature. We were thinking about being able to draw a signature and save a signature as an image, and then upload that image as a evidence of your signature. Unfortunately, that's not something the application does right now. As yeah, that would need additional software development. But yeah, I agree with you there, Grant, that Yeah, I don't think I can tell what my signature is either. But remember, we do have the selfie option. And again, that's fairly unique. I don't think too many people are doing that, but it does give you an alternative method to prove who you are via a photograph.
Next question is from Jaden. Is there a way for somebody on site with no phone to sign into site?
Yeah, good question. Obviously, slightly outside of this particular topic, but yeah, absolutely, I can answer that for you. So if you do not have a phone, there's two ways that you can sign in and sign out of a site with SiteConnect. The first is the QR code. What you can do is so I'm just clicking into a site here, and if we navigate down to QR codes on the right-hand side, we can generate a QR code for the site by clicking new. I've already got a whole heap for this particular site. I'm going to click view. Now, as I believe, hopefully I'm still sharing my screen, you'll actually see the QR code here. So for those that are interested in this workflow, feel free to follow along with me. So what we can do is, if you do not have the app and you just have a phone, let me just move that out of the way. We can then open up the phone camera. Oh, that's a surprise. And make sure it's pointed in the right direction. Hover over the QR code, and you'll see that this little yellow hyperlink pops up. If you click onto that hyperlink, this actually takes you through to the portal. And this will allow you to basically do a mini site induction. It allows the worker to see what site they're signing into, the company that owns that site, and the address. It also shows them the emergency evacuation plan and the site specific notice board, which obviously you can customize on a site per site basis. And then down at the bottom here, it has the ability for the contractor or the worker to type in their company name, email address, name, full name, and mobile phone number. Just one thing to point out here with the company name, if that person does not have a SiteConnect account and hasn't been added to SiteConnect, if they add their company name exactly as it reads in your account in the contractor section, they will be added to that account. So they can actually link themselves up, create a user, and they'll receive an email to be able to prompt them to download the app. And then if they don't have a mobile phone whatsoever, and they're going full tinfoil hat, and don't have a device, there is the kiosk option. So the kiosk allows you to download this either on a kiosk tablet type function, or the foreman on site or at the warehouse or the factory can download this on their own device and manually sign people in. So it's a simple sign in and sign out button, and it will ask you for visitor, user, or register for a new account. Hopefully that answered your question.
That's all the questions we have, Jack.
Awesome. Now there was a poll here that I wanted to just generate before we finish up, and that was, this is the first webinar series that we've got planned. What we would love to do is generate more of these webinars, more quick, half an hour discussions with you, our clients, just to show you maybe parts of the software that you didn't even know existed, or areas where you do use but you'd like to use more of. So the poll that should hopefully be on your screen, still learning Zoom. Hopefully the poll that's on your screen will just allow us to choose the next webinar topic that will probably be running in the next month or so. So keep an eye out for that. Really great engagement from this session. Thank you so much to everyone for joining and taking some time out of your afternoon to meet with us. I really hope you enjoyed the new Toolbox Talk topic feature. It's simple, but we believe it's going to be really effective. And if you do have any questions, please do reach out to me, Teresa, or call the support line, and would be more than happy to help you all.
Thanks, everyone.